welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today guys, we're going to discuss the 6th house of astrology. So the 6th house is very similar to the 1st and the 10th house. Reason being, the 1st house always deals with our ascendant, who we are when we're first born, our natural primal sort of body, our abilities. The 6th house is the way in which to keep those abilities and enhance them, and the habits that we have to take to be the best version of ourselves. The reason I said it's similar to the 10th house, we're going to get to that later on, but it also deals with certain career aspects as well. It's going to actually help us with our health and well-being. So this is the most important house when it comes to healing and nurturing ourselves and making sure that our health is up to par. So with all of the astrological signs, all 12 of them, they are quite different in their sequence in regards to how you're going to actually be able to utilize your body and maintain your health in the proper way. So let's just get right into it. For Aries people, you guys are going to be very, very good when it comes to working hard, whether you're at work and also going in the gym and working very hard. You guys have that cardinal sign in the 6th house, giving you the ability to really try new things. Your body's going to have the natural capacity to actually be able to utilize that burden and enhance it. Not everybody can do that. So your muscles will heal faster. You're somebody who can actually have the mindset to wake up early and be disciplined and work out like an athlete. And those are the type of job recommendations that come with that 6th house. I know the 2nd house taught us about how to make money, but the 6th house talking more so about like career options or careers that you may go through based on your body composition. For Taurus, the main thing that we have to focus on here is a matter of eating. Primal eating, because Venus is associated with the Taurus, makes us sometimes overindulge. And so what that means is you might overindulge in things to the point of obesity and just getting things like high cholesterol, diabetes. Those are all things you have to watch out for when you have Taurus in the 6th, just because that over necessitous sort of need for food can lead to not good results. So if you just want to set up like a really good routine for your diet, that should suffice for having great health. And also when it comes to work, just try to find work that's more so in the stable sort of fields, something that's more security oriented, something that you can look at for long term. You guys can definitely do business depending on what your 2nd house is saying, your ascendant, your sun sign. But what I'm saying is you want to more so focus on stability just based on the definition of the 6th house, just because a lot of stress and stuff isn't going to go good for you guys. It's going to lead to weight gain or different just weight abnormalities. So you just want to make sure that you're looking at that and making sure that you can handle that sort of pressure if you go into the business world. For Geminis, it's not really a matter of eating or working out for you guys. You guys can definitely do those things. What really you have to watch out for if you have Gemini in the 6th house is the mental strain that you put on yourself. Find a job that can actually be exciting for you, that actually is going to work your mental acumen, but also make sure that your day-to-day life isn't being overly stressed either. Geminis like to take on a lot of different pressures and different stresses and do 5 things at once. That's the ambidextrous juggler. However, you want to make sure that you're not overstressing yourself to the point where your mind is doing bad things to your body. This can cause things like arthritis, bad circulation, and the list goes on. So you just want to make sure you're very careful there and really watch and interpret where your thoughts are going in each and every day. So the main thing that I'd say for Gemini in 6th house is practice mindfulness and make sure that you take an occupation that is going to excite you but doesn't overstress you, because your mind still is a very fragile thing. It could be your greatest asset, but it can also be your biggest enemy as well. So just watch out for that. For Cancer people, you guys are naturally born into situations where you inherit sort of bad patterns or bad habits from your family. So what you want to do is reincorporate what it is to actually be healthy by looking at, does your family drink? Do they smoke? How often do they work out? All of those things are going to come into play for practical needs and for spiritual needs. Water signs are naturally very spiritual, so even in the 6th house, you're still going to have a spiritual element to yourself. And you want to make sure that you're actually focusing on the routines that you currently adhere to. And if you don't adhere to anything, then start adhering to something, where that it can just turn into a natural flow like the way the water is, and you're able to just naturally do things precisely. Also, having just a natural good intake of water each day will work wonders for you. For the Leo in the 6th house, this is more so about, the Leo is so protective of their people. So the thing about it, if you have Leo in the 6th house, your health is generally good. You have a very strong immune system. My recommendation would be to utilize it to the max, get into things like athletics, get into things like sports teams, whatever, what have you, fighting, combat sports. All those things is great just because you can actually maximize and capitalize on your athletic ability and the ability to have a very strong immune system. You either want to get a job where it's like there's ways in which that you can come up in the hierarchy from like being a customer service rep to a manager to district manager, etc. Or you want to get into your own business field where you're actually able to move on and get higher economics in that sort of way. You guys can handle the stress. You guys have perfect stress tolerance. You guys need that attention, and so people know that you're rich, know that you're getting it in. So lock in if you do have this. The sky's the limit for Leos in 6th house for sure. Virgo runs the 6th house. So when we talk about Virgo in the 6th house, very, very good, just like Leo as well. You guys are very health oriented as is. You'll make sure you're taking the proper vitamins, the proper minerals. So what you want to do is just make sure that all the right things are being done and that you are sticking with a good routine when it comes to just working out pretty well and just making sure that the job that you have is actually paying you enough that you'll feel like you can actually support the lifestyle that you want. Don't settle for something less just because it's what's out there. Always look for what your natural interests are. I'm not really giving job descriptions here. Like a lot of these sites, they will give job descriptions for 6th house. I more so believe that you guys should follow the job description that your 2nd house entails and your 10th house. The 6th house, I believe more so should just be about enhancing your body and your mind and following the proper routine that you'll actually be able to make more money in the process. For the Libra, you guys are very, very good when it comes. It's an air sign. Mental acumen's great. It's all about the scale, so you guys are quite balanced when it comes to business and health. Where your health may actually have some problems is in regards to relationships. When you have Libra in the 6th house, you guys are so security oriented and so balanced and so organized in your life that you attract people that you view that you can fix. So you'll find people that maybe don't have the proper hygiene, maybe they don't have a good job, maybe they are just had a really traumatic childhood, and you'll go and try to fix them, and that's going to be the biggest entanglement and biggest mistake you can make. What you want to do is find somebody that's actually balanced on the same level as yourself, and then that way you can actually grow together and prosper. If you try to actually just help somebody from the ground up, as much as that's such an idealistic and great thing to do, they may not want your help. You may think they want your help, they may say that they want your help, but truthfully, people that don't help themselves don't actually need help. They would actually just help themselves if that was the case. It's a ruthless way of doing things, but if you have Libra in the 6th house, that's going to be your biggest detriment, so be very careful there. Scorpio in the 6th house is kind of ugly. I'm not going to lie. Scorpio here gives people a sort of rough upbringing when it comes to behavior-wise. Because of traumatic experiences in childhood, most people with Scorpio in the 6th house have behaviors like excessive drinking, excessive caffeine, excessive smoking. These are the type of things and addictions that'll come up. What you want to do is focus on what your addictions are, and if it's just one, then do it sequentially and get rid of it. If it's multiple, then compartmentalize each month to getting rid of each addiction, and then going down to become completely cold turkey. And when you get rid of an addiction, replace it with a good habit. So if you have an addiction with alcohol, replace that with working out. If you have addiction with smoking, replace that with meditation, and the list would go on. But you've got to replace these things in order to actually adhere to what the Scorpio wants you to do in that 6th house, and also adhere to how to actually get ahead in your life economically. Scorpios, when it comes to the money in the 6th house, the sky is the limit. Scorpio is a very super intelligent sign. The Scorpion doesn't want people to know that it's intelligent, but it very much is. So that venom that you're using against yourself can be used against the world. And once you prosper and overcome whatever mental difficulties that you're experiencing, you can then pretty much achieve anything in the business sphere. So definitely look out for things like real estate, stocks, working in law firms, anything like that would work well. But like I said, look more in the 2nd house when it comes to career options, just because that's where your good luck money is going to come from. This house more so just deals with health benefits. Sagittarius is just like Leo, very, very great for having a great immune system, very strong. People with Sagittarius like to be very adventurous, playful. As long as you can keep your positive mindset, then everything within your sphere, within your health sphere, will be quite well. When it comes to looking at like business-wise, like I said, a Sagittarius in the 6th house, you guys may fight through jobs quite a bit until you find the right niche for yourself. Capricorn is kind of like Scorpio. It's a bit rough. It's represented by Saturn. So when you get Capricorn in the 6th house, you get somebody who may as well have pretty much a tough childhood. But what you want to do is follow the way of Saturn in the 6th house. Follow the way of discipline and perseverance, and actually compartmentalize your issues and then use them to your advantage. So even though there's a lot of negative things that may have come about in your early childhood, you can actually use those things and change them to teachers instead of being hindrances. Once you can actually use negativity to your advantage, your life becomes completely positive. That's the whole point into what the Saturn's trying to teach you, is to actually change every negative circumstance until you can twist it and make it become a positive circumstance, an experience that teaches you and gives you proper lessons to go and fulfill the real prophecy that you have for your whole life. For the Aquarius in 6th house, what we have is somebody who, like Cancer, has that not so good inheritance of people in their family that may have had a bad habit that they've picked up on, whether that be smoking, gambling, drinking, what have you. But Aquarius has quite a bit of cosmic brothers and sisters when it comes to innovation, but it's going to take fighting through different career occupations and then finding the proper means of exercising. A lot of people with Aquarius in the 6th house, I actually have Aquarius in my 6th house, suffer from things like arthritis, bad circulation, and what happens is we end up blaming external circumstances for things that we can in turn control by just using the injuries that we're facing and dealing with it. Like, for instance, I have the arthritis. I want to do more so physiotherapy, but doing physiotherapy on myself, practicing good stretching regimens, strengthening my core, practicing good posture, wearing waist trainers. All of these things can come together and make me, once I heal, a lot stronger. The same can go for you if you have Aquarius in the 6th house. Abnormal circumstances will give you magnificent results. Your manifestation ability falls right into how much you actually exercise. This is very important for Aquarius. If you work out a lot, your mental acumen is going to clear up. You have a fixed air sign, and that air sign can actually propel you to great heights in your career. So what you want to do is focus primarily on working out hard, either once or twice a day if you can, and at least working out 5 to 6 days a week, no matter what your body type is. If you have Aquarius in the 6th house, it's extremely important to do that. Once you're able to do that, you're going to end up maximizing your results and perpetuating your manifestation abilities by a landslide. It's going to be crazy. The next and last one would be Pisces. Pisces is very rough in the 6th house just because Pisces gives a lot of low energy. What you want to do is practice. I would recommend taking natural supplements for energy to boost your all of your lymph nodes, all of the stuff that's actually going to help you with your hormones, whether you're a woman or a man. You want to make sure that you're raising your energy levels, practicing things like breathing exercises, yoga, working out, practicing cardio. All of those things are going to be extremely crucial for you guys as well, just like with Aquarius, because you need that in order to maximize your spiritual capabilities. What happens is, because you guys are so close to opening your crown chakra when you have a Pisces anywhere, you end up almost neglecting the physical world because you're so stuck in the spiritual world. So what you want to do is make sure that your body and mind are in tune by using and doing activities that require your body and mind to work. Things like puzzles, even playing video games, even driving, all these things. But practicing mostly mindfulness is going to help you intertwine your body and mind, and in turn you'll have a lot better results in the future. Of course, for the 6th house with Pisces, like healing arts, medical, agriculture, anything to do with like nature, like what I'm in right now, it works really great. For Pisces, just simply because you guys are very much in tune with the earth and in tune with the universe. So your universal consciousness is pretty much open, and that's what makes you guys have low physical energy. What you have to do is work extra hard to boost your physical energy so that there's balance there. Once you achieve that balance, sky's the limit. I'm all about weaponization, guys. So like I always tell everybody, every sign, the sky is the limit once you understand what your hindrances are and you understand what your benefits are. Once you're able to understand those things, you can then use them to your advantage and use this whole thing that I'm teaching as a cheat code for yourself to overcome all of life's obstacles. All right, so that's it for today, guys. If you have any questions, just hit me up here, leave a comment, or send me a DM on my Instagram, Shemsuniverse 8.0, or you can email me if you don't have that at shemsuniverse@hotmail.com. Aside from that, that should be it for today. I'll be back tomorrow with the 7th house, guys. Peace.